Okay.
Bill, thank you. It's been very helpful and informative. Craig, can we keep going? Yeah. Okay. All right. So, great job on the monthly update, Craig. And I think the next topic you had.
We have a tenant that wants to modify his 2 hangars.
Okay, so that's
Well,
for
1 hangar, 2 of which are connected.
Okay.
So that's, his email is in there, what he wants to do.
Oh, okay.
He wants to insulate the hangar and put in a walk-in through door between the 2 hangars on the rear wall of the 2 hangar.
It looked like there was installation already there, no?
It's a shoddy job.
So he just wants to tear it out, start over? Okay.
Another thing to point out is on Hangar A was the very first T hangar the airport authority had put in, and I think it was in the 90s. Does that sound about right? They're very old, they don't have any insulation, and they don't have any firewalls. Newer and subsequent hangars that were built have is it a 90-minute firewall they call it, Bill? Or
2 hour.
Okay. So by him adding insulation, this is just my purview on the matter, he will be putting drywall up there, which actually acts as a fire break or a fire slowdown. And there is a clause in, I think, your leases that any improvements you make to property of the airport authority remain in place. So it actually, he would be spending money to benefit the airport authority.
In terms of just the wallboard?
Right.
But it's also a door too, right?
The door also, that's a little unusual, but if it can lock from both sides, because we're not gonna be around forever. Somebody else may not want.
What to consider is that this tenant's not gonna be the tenant there forever. That's an
Right.
improvement that you're not going to revert.
Yeah.
And I have been around airplane owners for a long time, and they don't like when other people could potentially get in by their airplanes.
However, with that said, all that divides the hangars are corrugated panels of metal, just like on the exterior of the building.
Mm-hmm.
The door can always be removed and the metal be put back up. I mean, I'm just being frank. It can be done. What he's got 2 airplanes joining with another tenant that he is now going to enter a partnership with. And I think they just want egress to go back and forth. And is there anything about, he is going to be, it says, started insulation, wall studs, and sheetrock, but never finished. So there'd be drywall put in, which would be to our advantage if a plane caught on fire in there.
My only question about that is, does any of that work have to meet any particular specification?
Well, I don't think it's changing the engineering factor of the building.
As far as,
Or the,
Fire inspection or something.
pardon?
Is it fire
Is the door
inspection?
an egress problem?
You talking about quality of work?
Well, I'm talking about like flammability or whatever materials used
Another egress
to
problem.
be that firewall.
Don't do the inspection.
firewall
That
there
type
anyway.
of,
Is this,
Special.
he implies that he's already done this in another hangar, A1?
he had spray foam put in that hangar. He's even got air conditioning in there, but he does have his own power meter.
No, but he says the door would be similar to the one that I previously installed in A1, so this has
It's an
been,
exterior door that goes
Yeah.
from the side of the hangar to the outside.
Yeah.
He's just talking about the same kind of door being put in.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
It'll be a steel fireproof door or a 30-minute door, or whatever they call them. I don't know, that he'd be putting. From my perspective,
I don't have any objection.
I kind of see his point, because you got one hangar that is facing to the southwest and one that's to the northeast. And the walking around, I know it doesn't seem like a big deal, but if they're doing work on the airplanes, it's just a matter of convenience. I think it would be minimal alteration to our buildings, and I'm for it.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
David, do you have an opinion? David, do you have an opinion?
I'm good.
Bobby, you have an opinion?
I was just gonna ask, because since the door is coming up as just a topic, could there be any kind of stipulation that if he ever goes, whenever he leaves that hangar, just so it's not an issue between 2 opposite, tenants at that time that may not be connected, that he would be responsible for returning it back to the existing condition.
Solid wall.
For the cost.
You couldn't put a deadbolt where you couldn't, I mean,
Well, I'm just saying if the door is an issue as far as just.
You could also see it as a feature enhancement where you could charge more for the hanger later.
Yeah,
Yeah, some people might like that and some might not, yeah.
Yeah, just because again, it's just any of those is being, I don't have any objections to it, just as if that is an issue or whatever, whether it be, beneficial for that reason
you
or.
could write that into the agreement that you must, if you vacate this hangar, you must return that wall part, at least the door, back to its original. It's not an overly complicated building. It's like a chicken coop with
Yeah.
metal on it. It's a very basic, it's when they first came out with T-hangers, it's a basic fundamental hanger.
Right,
Point of information on that, like I had a hangar in Gainesville actually that had a door between it, and I was in one, and it was actually kind of nice because you got to, hey, who's on this side? So you hear someone talking, knock, and open the door, and the way it was set up, there's actually deadbolt from one side and deadbolt from the other.
Yeah.
So each tenant had a key, and then after that, we never spoke again, but it was no issue. It's an airplane tenant,
Gotcha.
I had a deadbolt that I had the
You
key,
had to both simultaneously unlock to
to be able to get in.
use it.
It was just that simple. It was definitely, I don't know if that was ever
That's-
approved, but it was, somebody did it, but it was fine. At least
Yeah.
Frank's asking for permission.
yeah.
And that's another point. He could be in there with the Sawzall out here at 1 o'clock in the morning, and we wouldn't even know it happened. Do we just need a consensus on that? I don't think it requires a motion, do we, or?
The lease says you have to have board written permission, so I don't know, I thought it did, that's why it's on the agenda.
Okay, well, we can make
Motion.
make a motion.
I'll make a motion that we allow Frank Fields to do these modifications to hangar A1 and A2
As requested.
as requested and meeting any codes or structural requirements. And that might even be something, Bobby, you could check on to see if there's a specific type of drywall or something, if you don't mind. I don't know, or maybe Bill, is it just drywall?
no, let's,
You're not required to have.
you're muddy in the water.
Okay,
It's not big enough.
okay.
Yeah.
Just any old drywall.
Okay, so I just make the motion that we accept his request as proposed.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Fire.
All right, motion passes. And, what else?
I think the only thing left is the audit stuff.
Okay, do you want to talk to that?
Yeah, I mean, I think Jamie probably briefed you all
Yeah.
a little bit.
You did?
Concerning the cities,
Yep,
Well, we're in the same boat.
Yeah.
We still don't have an audit that was due June 30th, I believe, or whatever the end of June is. There were some internal issues at Reddish and White. I came to bat for them the last time because of who we worked with, or who I worked with, did a very good job. But when I went back to her to tell her the board had awarded the contract, she said, I'm sorry, you're gonna be working with this person. And this other person has just not done nearly the job that they had done previously. So with that said, I went back to CRI, is that their name? CRI?
Reddish Way?
Car rigs.
Oh, the other one.
Yeah. They were the only other proposal we got. The last time we did this in December or January. So Bill has given the board the go-ahead that we could just switch to CRI and not go through the RFP process again. I just don't know how you could enter into a new year of auditing services with a company that hasn't even finished your last one. And it's like 3 or 4 months past due.
Mhm.
This, as far as I know, the owner of the company was planning to get like an escort into the office in Newberry to seize documents. That's how serious this is. It's not just a little whoopsie, I don't think. I think there's some major internal issues there, so.
How much are you paying for this audit? Wasn't it quite expensive?
They're all expensive. We are limited in our options, but CRI, when I went back to them to renew a proposal, they didn't raise it $1. you know,
Well, I think what I'm talking about is if they are not performing and we've paid them 25,000 or whatever it costs.
they've done progressive billing, yeah.
Okay.
We're
wonder-
not finished yet.
I wonder if we're not due some money back with this debacle.
Well, that's a separate issue. I think we want to be ready to move forward with this fiscal year ending this month.
Correct.
So it's up to the board to decide if you want to stick it out with Reddish, you can. I would like, this CRI company, they, as I had presented before, they work with at least a dozen other airports. In their proposal, they give a very detailed timeline of when things are gonna happen and when the audit's gonna be finished. I just think they seem to be, at this time, a little bit more professionally put together.
How long is it going to delay us to switch midstream if we did this right now?
This is for next year.
Oh, next year?
Yeah, they're
Okay.
not taking over our current audit. Our audit is
Okay.
ending this, I want to be ready to go next month.
I get it.
1 October, they become our auditor.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Correct.
And do we have, I don't know, do you have to do like a bid for that, or?
We did that, and that's what Jim gave you clearance that you don't have to go back and do. Because we did, the only two options we got were Reddish and this company.
Correct.
And we told Reddish that we would use them in October, starting October.
Not this year. We did that in January.
So they're gonna finish out this year's.
Correct,
This fiscal year.
correct.
But do we want to go with him again after this mess?
I didn't understand it was that complicated, but yes.
How much difference in the bids do you
So
remember?
the first year of audit of the fee for CRI is a little higher due to the setup on their end. There's a lot of document transfer that has to take place, depreciation schedules, et cetera, et cetera. I think from my recollection from the last bid, it was 5,000 difference the first year, but in subsequent years, they were cheap. They were over $1,000 cheaper.
Mm.
And is this a contract that's multi-year?
You know, it's a good question. I don't, so we got, the proposal we got from Reddish was for 3 years, but when we actually signed the management agreement, it was only for 1 fiscal year.
Hmm.
I would ask this CRI to leave it as 1 year since we've had issues and we wanna, I don't know, I guess.
Oh, is it,
That's the
that
order.
1 year is the higher cost though, right? First year.
Good point.
Um,
I just don't wanna get stuck with an auditor that we're not happy with,
Yeah,
because we're accountable to the state for these documents.
yeah. So are we at risk of any penalties or anything with our current status?
I don't know. Jamie's been the one driving that shit at the city, but I don't think so, or he's on it. Actually, our auditor was here today, or I'm sorry, our CPA was here today, and she said it would be more, the state would look more at Reddish and penalize them, but because we're paying them to do a job and they're not.
Right.
Well, I understood Jamie to mention that the city is not under penalty of any kind from the state because they are
We've been
dealing,
communicative with the state. as
Right,
far as
right.
What's going on.
communicating with the state on the city's efforts. Yeah, or our efforts.
Mr. Chairman, if it's all right, I'll make a motion to switch to CRI for the 25-26 audit.
Okay.
I'll second it.
Any discussion, further discussion on that? Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Craig, you'll go ahead and contact the new
Yeah,
audit agency?
yeah.
All right.
Take care of it.
Okay, I think we closed out our agenda unless there's other topics that someone would like to bring up. At 8:15, probably not. All right.
Motion to adjourn.
I heard a
Second.
motion to adjourn, seconded. All
Aye.
in favor, aye. Opposed, nay. Let's go.
Your pen or my pen?
Oh, I'll tell your thing.
Tyson, are you CFI?